I'm gonna go change.
You're not gonna talk about it at all?
Oh well. Just want to be a little more comfortable.
Damn, this plot that we have set up is gonna fucking tear everybody apart. Fuck. This is gonna go so badly. What was he arrested for? We were ransacking and they didn't see us ransacking, but he drove away from the scene and he fled law enforcement. So. Yeah, he was driving the car that we were while we were ransacking.
Well,
Theo filled me in on a little bit. You're suspended. Can't practice medicine while the board reviews shit. Am I right? She also told me that I should check on you because you said some pretty personal stuff. And she still doesn't really know why you did it the way that you did it. I've never heard someone who doesn't know you sound so disappointed. So what the fuck happened?
well, it was really thanks to Burnett, I guess. He told me, we have our fun and games and we fuck around, but at the end of the day, he was also sad to see me in the position that I was, and I mean, you already know the story with Dad and kind of how he forced me into this spot. And I know that some people probably look at it and be like, oh, you should be glad that you're a doctor. You should be, happy that you have this big career. It's no, it's it's not me. And I told him about some of the stuff that I kind of got up to in Chicago. Something that, is all I don't know if he told you or not, but I kind of do these sort of things to make some sort of even playing field. If that makes sense, It's as much chaos as we've grown up around. Figured why not introduce a little bit of that chaos into someone else's life.
So you give
And
the cops a hard time? What do you mean?
no, when Burnett asked me why I did it in the first place and why I didn't just quit, well, I didn't quit because I don't know, still afraid. Even though, sure, Dad may not be here in physical form, he's still there.
Right.
And I just feel like if I quit, I put in my 2 weeks, something's gonna happen. I don't know what, I don't know when, but I just got this bad feeling.
Yeah.
And the reason that I did what I did is kind of one of those freeing moments where I didn't care. I just I did what I wanted to do without giving a shit about what others thought. I mean, sure, it's probably not the best hobby to get into, and I get it. And I'm sure most of these people that had their cars broken into probably didn't deserve it.
Maybe.
But at the end of the day, our father took our childhood away. There's no question about that. It's just, I guess I was just curious about what it felt like to take something from someone.
Yeah, well, that's a dangerous slope, Oliver.
Yeah, it's kind of what I said to Quinn, and she kind of had the same reaction. I don't think she really liked it, but
You could take so much from somebody, Oliver. That is a terrible mindset to be in. You could take someone's freedom, someone's pain, someone's anxiety, or someone's life. You can take so much from somebody in a minute. It's not a good mindset to be in. Believe me. Do you know how many times I thought about fighting back against Dad? To finally stand up for myself like Zell did. I could just never do it. I was always playing defense. He made me feel small. And he took that ability to be a child from me. So once you get in that mindset of what it's like to take something from somebody instead of have something taken from you, it's not a good feeling. It really isn't. Because people who take things, they just keep taking them. They take and take and take until they leave these broken people behind. Lifeless or as good as. So you better not get in that mindset because it's a slippery slope. And you know better than that. You are better than that. Dad's gone. And everything that he left behind is still instilled in us, in the trauma, in the pain. He took a lot from us.
I spent I don't know how long listening to Zell just literally get beat. And to this day, I am just fucking livid with myself about not just letting it happen, just not doing anything about it. I don't. I don't know what to do. I
Maybe
mean,
maybe you don't live your life as an adult trying to make up for the shit you didn't do as a kid, because that's, you were a child. And I sound like fucking Sophia right now telling me this shit. You were a child dealing with a trauma that you didn't know what to fucking do with. That's not on you to make up for it in your adult life. That's on you to help cope with it, to make peace with it. Because I can tell you, Oliver, right now, I haven't made peace with my childhood. Here I am, still in pain after 23 years, where pain is all I've known. Where I could have broken so many things today, and here I am standing in front of you, miraculously. I fell down the side of Chiliad today. Not very far. Enough to feel like I was dying for a second. You are a child. I hit my head. I got dizzy. I think I was bleeding a little bit. My ribs hurt. And yet I climbed a rock to see you get arrested. And I'm not gonna lie, I may have been a little bit too humorous about the whole thing just because I knew that this was what you kind of wanted. Maybe not the way that you wanted it to happen, but I knew that you didn't want this job. And I knew that you would be happier without it. And maybe I was laughing a little bit because you finally got that reason to not work there anymore. Because I get what you're at. Sometimes we feel like cornered animals in a place we don't want to be in. But we stay there anyways. Believe me, I did that for 14 years. So maybe I did laugh a little bit in your expense because although you're in a shit ton of fucking trouble, more than I kind of thought you would be in, I kind of was smiling because you got the out you needed. And you don't have to make up for anything that Dad did to you. Or Zell. Or me. That's not on you. That's his burden to bear. And he burned alive with it. So, no. Good night, Stock. It's not on you to take things from people or give people help or whatever you may think. That's not on you. And you need to get out of that mindset before it drowns you like it drowned Dad. I fucking mean it, Oliver. Taking things from people. It doesn't get you anywhere in life. You can rob people for money, but then you're left with no friends.
You know what's crazy?
What?
So, remember our one of our first times hanging out? It was me, you, and Zell. We did that food delivery, that courthouse.
Yeah, I saw him in the lobby of Mission Row.
Yeah. He talked to me a little bit. And he said something that I slightly expected, but to hear it in the way that he put it was really fucking tough.
What'd you say?
It was just 4 words. He just looked at me, and after he told me that, you know, my license was suspended and I could get arrested for malpractice if I clocked into work, he just paused and looked at me and said, "I'm disappointed in you." And the way he said it, I don't, I think that's going to be something that's pretty much engraved in my memory. I did not like the way he said it.
I
I
bet I
felt
know why
as
it
if,
did.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't know, I felt as if I was disappointing my own family member when he said that. It, in a way, it sounded like her dad. That fear, that same fear that went through my body every time he stood outside my door, just came right back.
You know I know how you feel.
I do. I don't want to see that man again.
Well, it's a good thing he died in a fire. Along with everybody else.
Yeah.
But that's what I was gonna tell you, is that it's probably the first time you've ever heard someone be disappointed in you, Oliver. To that extent. Where you know you fucked up. And your tail's already between your legs, and then they just say those words.
It's just like salting a wound.
Mm-hmm. The worst pain of all is feeling like you're not good enough. Like you're never gonna be enough. That everything you do just makes somebody mad. And they'll turn your back. They'll turn their back on you. And you'll just be left sitting there, broken and bruised, while they walk away laughing. Because you're never gonna be enough for them. You're never gonna measure up to the standards that they have put up. And no matter how much you stumble, they're just gonna let you fall. I know the feeling, Oliver. Why do you think I have a really hard time with people caring about me? That's why I pushed so hard against Luna. And I pushed against Sydney without her even realizing it. Letting people in is a dangerous game. It's such a dangerous game.
I agree.
And when you disappoint them, that's a whole nother fucking can of worms to open and unravel and deal with. But right now, you can't do anything to change what you done. It's done. You fucking ran away in a mesa. So, get some sleep. And for what it's worth, I'm not disappointed in you. I might be tired and his pain is fucking hell right now, but I'm not disappointed in you. I know that somewhere in your fucking mind right now you're rebelling against Dad, and you're probably on a little bit of a high from that. Even if you feel like you've been scolded right now. Don't let that feeling go.
I won't.
Good.
I thanked Burnett for for listening. And Quinn, she gave me her card. I mean, it seemed like those were the only two that really listened. It, I, the judge, he, yeah, I don't want to think about him. Honestly, I think half the time Bishop didn't even know what was going on. But I don't know. They what I found funny, I guess, was that judge described this as a severe case, and that they were, I guess they were looking to, have someone pick me up. I guess transport. It felt as if I was some sort of fucking animal just locked up in a cage and just waiting to be shipped off. Everyone's just quiet, just staring at me.
Yeah. It's kind of how it feels sometimes when you get arrested.
Yeah. I mean, shit. The way Shaw's act. In a way, we are fucking animals. Jesus Christ.
Wild beasts. Someone called me a panther once.
Oh, there you go.
I think it fits. But I'm gonna go lay down because my body's on fire right now.
Yeah.
Kira! What's good?
Get some sleep myself.
Yup, I will see you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Okay. Reyna's in so much pain. Kira, what the fuck's up? You chased us in a fucking car today. And some shit happened, didn't it? Yep.